After how I'm going to stop flatlining and start living again. See you Monday. As I take a bite off the banana I didn't finish last night, I watched the pink Arizona sunrise, and I'm really starting to wonder if I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life like this. Sleeping alone, living alone, eating alone, going to the movies alone, hell, doing just about everything alone, except, of course, the things I do with my girlfriends. I get up and walk over to the picture window, and I can see the floor of the desert. That's Phoenix down below. A giant saguaro cactus is leaning in my direction and seems to be looking at me. The whir of the ceiling fan gets my attention, and the air it emits gives me a sudden chill. I dash back over to the bed, but since my PJs are too damn tight, I feel the seam split on both sides. They were cheap anyway. I slide under the thin summer comforter and pull it up over my shoulders. I promised myself today I'd get up early and walk 3 miles. Something I haven't done in almost a year because I've been in an emotional coma ever since I was forced to kick the pervert I was married to for a decade out of this house, but apparently not out into the cold. As luck or skill would have it, he has thousands of doors to choose from. I'm also wondering if I might ever feel a real live penis ever again in life, since I've almost forgotten what it feels like to even talk to the man face to face without asking him if I can get that in all 20s, or can I change this for a window seat, or do I want paper or plastic or open wide so I can get stuck in a gums with a needle. Since those marriage vows were legally shredded a year ago today, I think it's his fault that I feel like rubber down where a volcano once lived, and it's his fault that my heart is frozen, and why I've built this impenetrable wall around myself that sends out radar that says, I'm still bitter and don't even think about saying hello to me. I now look right through men because they scare me. I don't know how to tell what their agenda is anymore. Plus, since what's-his-name's been gone, no one's applied for his position, which is the reason why that long white pillow on what used to be his side of the bed is smooth and cold, and why the comforter never coughs up a wrinkle. All this is because my ex-husband had a penchant for sweet and not so sweet young things, and in man years why I'm probably considered an SUV, sexually undesirable vixen, or, put another way, old as dirt. This will make me 51 with another birthday just around the bend. Granted, I'm not as cute as I used to be. That's for damn sure. And I choose to dye my sneaky gray roots deep auburn, and because I put on 16 pounds of divorce fat, I can't help but blame him for why I look and feel like shit. He did so many ugly things, and I hate him more than I ever loved his ass, and it's the reason, also the reason why I can't even say his name, which is why I changed it to Damien, since he turned out to be the fucking Antichrist. Had I known to check his scalp for those 360s, despite the fact that I met him in church, I could have saved myself a whole lot of money, not to mention grief. I don't like the power he's had over me. I didn't give it to him, he stole it. But I'm about to steal it back because I'm tired of feeling navy blue, and I know I have every fucking right to feel lemon yellow. I won't lie. I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with this bastard. Back then, it didn't matter. It didn't bother me in the least that I'd fallen in love with a man who had just lost his job because he happened to work for a company that was installing a fence along the Arizona-Mexican border, only to discover that they had also employed illegals. We went to the same church, and he had the nerve to sing in the choir, even though he couldn't hum a gospel melody on key. I fell in love with him from the back row. He was my harmony, my drum beat, my acoustic guitar. He told me I was his backup singer, his soprano sax. Lord knows I don't know what he did or how he did it, but he made me feel brand new. For years, he made me float. He brushed my nappy hair and greased my scalp. He massaged my feet, put lavender oil in my bath water. I could have lived forever in his arms. I felt safe, necessary. I felt beautiful, and I am not beautiful. For 8 of those 10 years, I was. For 8 of those 10 years, he kissed me twice a day, every single day, and not a peck, but a warm, slow, deep, succulent kiss complete with arms I dreamed about whenever I traveled. For more than 3,000 days, he told me that he loved me at least twice a day. He woke me up with a kiss. I went to sleep with one, too. I don't know who taught him, but he was the best kisser in the world and the best lover I've ever had in my life. He was also extremely good with his hands. Could build anything. I was so amazed by his carpentry skills that it almost felt sensual. He put in an amazing cedar deck in the backyard that wrapped around half the house. Built another platform deck a few yards away from it that stopped right at the edge of the pool. We had great parties out there, and no neighbors could look down and see us because he built a 6-foot redwood fence to keep our secret secret. And when it was just the two of us, making it easy to swim in our own skin, he built a fire pit, an outdoor bar, an insulated cabinet that popped up from beneath the deck and housed a giant flat-screen TV for sports nights and nights we watched movies under the stars, and the outdoor canopy bed he built out of Douglas fir. Wow. Turquoise and white striped drapery fabric hung from metal bars and wrapped around us like a tent, but he left the top open to the sky. We slept out there on many a warm night, talked about our future together. We made plans out there, made the best love, swallowed the desert air. I thought I was dreaming the whole time, and I didn't want to wake up for 8 of the 10 years. I didn't have to. I'm surprised to hear it. Is that my phone ringing this early? I look over at my atomic clock that tells me it's only 7:30, but it's already 86 degrees outside. Of course, who else could it be but Mom? She's spry and testy and bitchy as ever, 74, and still talks to me like I'm 18, as usual. She thinks she's getting my answering service, so I just listen to her say, "Hello, Savannah, this is me, your mama calling." "I know it's you, Mama. I can see your number on the caller ID. I've told you this 100 times. Well, that means now it's 101. You up?" "Sort of, but that didn't stop you from calling out, did it? I just want to know what you're doing today. What's so special about today?" "Don't play dumb with me, Savannah. Today is the 3rd of June, and it would have made your 11th anniversary, and if I remember correctly, it's also his birthday, which would put him at 49, and tomorrow's coming up on a year you've been a bachelorette again. You ever watch The Bachelor?" "I'm celebrating today by not letting the thought of him enter my mind, Mama. I took the day off work, and no, I do not watch those stupid reality shows. This one ain't stupid. And if you don't watch Survivor, you don't know what you're missing. Anyway, what goes on in your mind don't count as physical activity. Answer my question." "I'm going for a long walk." "Well, that sounds like a thrill. A minute exercise don't count as social activity either. Then what?" "I might read or go to a movie." That's another way of saying nothing, Savannah. Look, I know you out there probably hiding under the covers thinking you can sleep away your loneliness, but it won't work. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about, baby. What makes you think I'm lonely? Because I know you, and I know what it feels like after you've been through something like this, but you just have to force yourself to get up and get out, or you'll regret all this good energy you spent thinking about that bastard. So how are you?" "I'm fine, Mom." Stop copying me and stop lying to me. Who do you think you're talking to? You couldn't possibly be fine. Your wound is still fresh, and you done had your heart broken in little pieces by that deacon you married. He was not a deacon, Mama. How many times am I going to have to tell you? Try 100. I love this woman to death, I swear. I've been saying it for years, man. Church is full of evil men, pros, and honest souls, and they are perpetuators out here, looking for women just like you. Hallelujah. Big giant holes in your heart so they can smell when you got a good job and when you're lonely as hell. He shouldn't have been spending so much time in no church with all of what he done. He's going to hell, and I hope he gets a one-way ticket. All I told Mama was that Damien had cheated on me a few too many times, and I was simply tired of being married to an adulterer who obviously didn't love me. Maybe Sheila, my baby sister, opened her big mouth, because some things just don't change. Maybe if you'd have kept yourself up better, he wouldn't have wanted to have super sex with all them naked women on the internet. I know she meant cyber sex, but this wasn't the time for it. Plus, I like the sound of it. And a couple of years ago, I was in good shape, but I didn't feel like arguing with her about it. What I really wanted to know was how much she knew. What naked women on the internet? I wasn't born yesterday, Savannah, but that's the truth. You better watch your mouth before I hang this phone up. Don't, Mama. Where's your sense of humor? Here in Pittsburgh, and it's on the stove. Hold on a minute. She's on the portable and blah, 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 blah. I wanted to change the subject, but as is her way, she beat me to the punch. I would like to say this and just get it out of the way if you don't mind. You're very beneath yourself, Savannah. I never wanted to say anything to your face, but what on earth did you have in common with a lumberjack? He was more like a carpenter, Mom. Everything he built, he had to use wood, he had to saw it into pieces, so that made him a lumberjack. Anyway, did he have a college degree? She already knew the answer to this. No, he did not. Did he make any money? No, he did not. Which is why he was able to get so much of yours. Don't you watch Dr. Phil? I could have told you to get yourself a prenup, but no. You was so stupid in love, you was too damn old to be so stupid. I ain't calling you stupid, but you acted like you were stupid. So please do your mama a favor before I pass with you next time. Would you try to accept the reality that your brain ain't got no brain, that your heart ain't got no brain, but there's still one in your head. So use a little bit of it before you go running off into the sunset with another loser. Could you do that for your mama? There may not be a next time. I'm almost as old as you. Say it again, I'll jump through this phone and slap you. How many times have I had to tell you that one monkey don't stop no show, and just because you don't have no period don't make you too old for love? Sometimes God saves the best for last. He's out there some damn where. But in the meantime, you need to live your life like you ain't thinking about no man, and at the same time, soften up a little bit, because you can be hard, Savannah. And maybe let him pick you this time, because your taste in men ain't nothing like your taste in clothes. Thanks for your vote of confidence. You heard from Kenneth? You ever heard from Kenneth? No, but he's still with his wife, last I heard. His oldest is in college, if you can believe it. I told him you wasn't leaving her. I decided to skip the subject again. So how are you looking these days, Mama? What difference will it make how I look? When you old people don't notice you, especially young folks, we might as well not exist. You still didn't answer my question. I look old, like I'm supposed to. Anyway, Dr. Phil said that the person you marry ain't the same one you divorce. I thought that was kind of deep. What you know about deep? Sheila's kids keep me up on the hippest of everything. They try to show me how to fax you my email addresses, and I'm dying to Google you a text message from MySpace. You be hearing from me, girlfriend. Speaking of Sheila's kids, you heard from her about that mess Go-Go been getting her something into? No, what kind of mess? Something to do with blunts. I'll let her tell you. She wants Go-Go to come out there and spend some part of the summer with you, but don't tell her I mentioned it, play dumb. Sheila's got 5 kids, and I have no idea which one Go-Go is. Anyway, it's gonna be all right, you know. This is some hard mess to go through, but you get through. Pick up the phone and call your mama when things get too tough. You almost over the hump, you just don't know it yet. Plus, it takes much longer than people think to get over a broken heart. My heart isn't broken. Who do you think you're talking to? You, Mama, but all I mean is that I'm more disappointed and angry than anything. There really ain't no difference. I love you, and I love you too. I hang up and roll out of bed. Mama's right, of course, but aren't they always? I walk like I'm just learning how and head towards the bathroom. I wash my face in cold water to wake up, brush my teeth, moisturize, then open my workout drawer, which sounds like it could use some WD-40, and grab a gray workout top and shorts. But then change my mind and go for something more upbeat. I grab a lavender or white outfit, tag still dangling from it, and I'm shocked that it still fits. I put my watch on the doubles as a heart rate monitor and check to see how alive I am, 70 beats per minute. I pull out ankle socks and tie my sneakers tight enough to walk and head for the kitchen to make myself a strong pot of coffee and then hop up on the counter. I cannot lie. As naive as it may sound, I grew up believing that my life would be remarkable, exciting, and possibly even thrilling. I'm not talking about being rich or famous, because from everything I've seen, being famous isn't all it's cracked up to be, and it should be obvious that money can't buy happiness. Of course it can help, but I make very good money, and all I can do is just buy shit. I also never dreamed of living like a character in some Hollywood movie or anything. I just wanted my world to be bigger than my neighborhood, and at least interesting, so that more often than not, I feel like I was bursting at the seams because I was simply amazed and excited about all the possibilities life had to offer. I truly believe that if I gave everything I had to everything I did, it would lead to a fulfilling life. Hell, I thought your life was supposed to be important, that it was supposed to add up to something so you didn't feel like it was a waste of time. I assumed that as you got older, the quality of your life would get smoother, calmer, easier, and you could finally exhale, that most of the really hard decisions were behind you. I also grew up thinking that falling in love and being loved was pretty much guaranteed and that it would happen sooner rather than later. For starters, my life hasn't even come close to being remarkable. Eventful, but nothing to write home about. I mean, damn, I moved here 15 years ago from dead-ass Denver for the same reasons I want to leave Phoenix now, for some excitement. But here I am, living in another dull city that's felt more like Tombstone despite the 10-year influx of brand new black people after the King holiday was finally passed, and those winning Suns and struggling Cardinals and that spaceship-looking stadium smack dab in the middle of a residential neighborhood, plus thousands upon thousands of subdivisions that grow stucco homes out of nowhere, complete with 6-foot shade trees, mile after mile of foam strip malls, drive-up Starbucks and enough Kohl's, Lowe's, Bed Bath & Beyond's, container stores, home and office depots and markets to turn you into a geographical prisoner, not to mention the recent coming of IKEA as a statewide religious experiment. It's still a cultural dead zone. I can also blame part of my ennui on a job I haven't figured out how or when to to leave because producing the news for so many years has turned me into a cynic when it comes to the decline in human decency, but it's also made me never want to watch TV. The exceptions being Judge Judy reruns of The Cosby Show, the Discovery Channel, HGTV, and audition for American Idol. Before I explain how it all went down, I would first like to thank those two bitches, Cinderella and Snow White, for making me believe that my prince could show up out of nowhere and love me even better than I dreamed it, and for the rest of my natural born life. Well, the joke was on me, ha ha ha, even though I'm not laughing. Because I've had 6 or 7 of these so-called princes, and they were all riding on a horse with no name. Should I take the blame for being a poor judge of character, even though all of them charmed me to death and made my heart feel like it was on a roller coaster ride? But until it came to an abrupt halt, and then we all jumped off, I do not recall Cindy or Miss White ever calling for Mr. Wrong until they were like 40, and then marrying him without a prenuptial agreement, despite the pleadings of their mom and best girlfriends, which would have come in handy when they filed for a divorce from his "I'll always love you" cheating ass, only to discover that because they've been hitched for 10 years, the marriage was considered long-term, which meant that Mr. Hit the Jackpot was entitled to half the value of the house they bought with their hard-earned money long before they even met, which meant they'd have to take out a second mortgage just to buy him out. That he also got half of the contributions they put into their very own 401k plan during the time they were married, which he could have, of course, taken monthly payments, but being a little hard for cash, he opted for a lump sum payout. And despite the fact that he was a so-called entrepreneur because they made megabucks more than him, the friendly fairy tale judge forced them to pay the man they thought they were going to spend the rest of their enchanted life with $2,200 real dollars a month in cheatimony for 2 long years with 9 more months to go. Also, he could go out and have even more fun spending it on not 1, but 2, but apparently hundreds of women. But wait, that's not all. Don't forget about the $40,000 loan they co-signed for so the brother could start his stupid fence and patio business, and then at the last minute added playhouses to his repertoire. That was 6 years ago. And hey, not to run it in the ground, but I also don't remember if either of these hussies ever had to go on a diet or worry about stretch marks and varicose veins, or if they ever had an abortion or suffered from fibroid tumors and had to have a hysterectomy, which ruined the whole having a baby thing, even though not having grandkids is probably more disappointing. And I wonder if they ever went to college and got the job they thought they wanted, only to find out 30 years later that they didn't like what they did for a living, or weren't quite sure how to change gears, especially when they didn't have any hobbies or hidden talents, unless they were still hiding, or if they just were trying to get through menopause, not to mention thinking about retiring. Okay, wait a minute. I finished my coffee and grabbed a bottle of water from the fridge to put in my fanny pack. I feel the sun coming through the window. I go sit at the kitchen table, and slide